Here we go. Gracefully Groomed presents Uncle Rodney Speak. Today, I'm here. I call this day Men's Health Day, Wellness Day, Confidence Building Day on a Wednesday. This is my new thing I'm doing on Wednesday. It's for my men. It's for my men out here, my kings. And I call you kings for a reason. I call you kings because I feel like in my heart, I gotta believe that you are taking care of the kingdom. See, that's what it is to be called a king. You must be taking care of the kingdom. That kingdom can be taking care of you, inside you, taking care of yourself. It can be taking care of the home, being that spiritual foundation for your family, just being that affirmation for another brother that you know in need or something. Because sometimes we have a tendency to act like we all got it together, and you know how that goes, and that's just the pride in us. But I'm skipping through that, and everything that I talk about here, I'm transparent. I have to, in order for me to walk this new journey, I have to be transparent, and I can tell you, I'm getting it together. I'm not here to act like I got it together. I'm in the process. I'm going through the process right now, and I'm telling you, man, it's a journey. It is a journey. I read more than I ever read. I pray harder than I ever prayed. And I have to do these things and be transparent. See, in my situation, you guys get to look at me, and you get to see. You can see my flaws because I have to show them. In order for me to help you, I have to show my own flaws. And I have no problem with doing that because I just feel like it's the purpose that God has put me on. And it is what it is. But I just want to encourage all my men today. Let's start taking care of the kingdom. Let's start with inside. Let's start taking care of ourselves. Spiritual, physical, mental, financial. Let's start. We can start today. Because I'm telling you, I don't care what the journey is. You're not walking this journey alone. I can promise you that. You're not walking. You might be walking it alone, but you're not walking it alone if that didn't go over your head. And what I mean by that is this. I don't care what it is. We all got something in common. Either we get ready to go in the storm, we already in the storm, or we just came out of the storm. We all got that same thing in common. Some people know how to dress it up and make it look good. Some people are still stuck in the storm and they haven't figured out how to get out. So we all going through the same thing. Let's just encourage each other. Let's give words or affirmations to each other. We have to. Our masculinity is under attack right now. Let's just be real. Our masculinity is under attack. But we got that thing, man. You got that thing on you. You haven't tapped into it yet. It's called grace. You did absolutely nothing to deserve it, as a matter of fact. It's your God-given gift. You have that grace. That's your superpower. Having grace is your superpower. And if you have to tap into that, but first you got to go inside of you. Find out some things that you need to, a couple of adjustments that you need to make. We all do. But as a man, you have to tap into that. You can't fix nothing else around you until you learn how to fix yourself. That's what we're doing. We're walking a new journey. We're taking care of ourselves. We're eating better. We're exercising a little bit more. We're reading more than we ever read before. And I'm talking good stuff. Because you really, man, when you got that superpower of grace on you, you got to understand something. You'll understand the power of your words. And when you understand the power of your words, you won't let what comes up come out. You won't just say any old thing. You got that superpower to control the power of your thoughts. And when you control the power of your thoughts, you just don't sit around and think of silly stuff. You don't just think of anything. Then you realize you got the power of your presence. And when you realize the power of your presence, you just won't go anywhere. You just won't be anywhere around anybody. You become protective around your peace. You're protecting the kingdom now. I got this thing what I call unwavering SOPs. Standard operating procedures. It's the same thing they give you on that job and during orientation, and it's the do's and don'ts of the company that more than likely to come with consequences. You have to have those same SOPs for your life when you're protecting the kingdom. and when you are call yourself a king and protecting the kingdom, you have to have some standard operating procedures, some do's and don'ts, and the things that have consequences that come with them. You put those SOPs around your life, unwavering SOPs. You have to come to a point where you say, I don't do this anymore. It does not serve the kingdom. It don't protect the kingdom. I don't go over here anymore because it does not serve and protect my kingdom. I don't talk about these type of things anymore because they do not serve the kingdom. And so that's our main goal today, guys, is to preserve and protect the kingdom. That's what we're here for. That's what we're talking about. The kingdom start inside of you. Start taking care of your mind, being careful about the words that come out of your mouth, and being careful about the places that you put yourself at. Be protective of that. Develop some unwavering SOPs, standard operating procedures. And I promise you, we make those slight adjustments of our life, and we'll start to see things. We'll start to gain clarity. That's a very important thing, is to gain clarity. What's going on in your life and around your life. In your home, outside of your home, things that you can protect, that you're responsible for. You're responsible for these things. You're being held accountable for these things. So you have to have some standard operating procedures on the way you do business, on the way you conduct yourself. If you're running a business, you have to have standard operating procedures. You have a mission statement. This is how you run your business. This is why people keep coming back to you, based off of the way you run your business, your standard operating procedures. You have to be intentional with that. And see, when we start to tap into this thing, we become transparent. We still hold on to our masculinity. But if you're like me, this is the beautiful thing about a woman. A woman, as masculine as you want to be, a woman will also make you tap into your own femininity. And you like, oh my goodness, what do you mean? I ain't feminine. Man, if you've been around a real woman, the reason why you don't just go and smack the first person that say something smart to you, you've been around a woman. She's taught you how to, hold that little piece, bro. It ain't worth it. That's what a real woman does. That's you tapping into your own femininity. We all have it. Just like some women, they're feminine, but trust me, put in the right situation, they can be just as masculine as we can. So they got it too. They got masculinity as well. It's just you gotta know when to tap into it, and you gotta know what it is. So when we're trying to protect the kingdom, when we're dealing with our women sometimes, we have to tap into our femininity to deal with our women, because we know sometimes women can be a little emotional. And we have to be sympathetic to that emotion, because that's just the way they're wired. Because trust me, we know they can go from 0 to 100. They can get as masculine as men can. We want to keep them living and walking and nurturing in their femininity. That's where love comes in. That is so untrue. I don't care what you do, you never reach a state of perfection. But practice does make improvements. And that's what we can do, guys. When we're dealing with life itself, we've got to start practicing these things. I know it's hard to not get back at somebody when they're coming at you, but you got to learn how to practice these things. Does getting back at them, does it serve the kingdom? Does it serve the kingdom in any kind of way? You see, look, I'm here to just encourage you guys. Let's start walking. Let's start walking. Let's start walking that walk. Let's start walking the walk. Let's make the necessary adjustments that we need to make for a better life for ourselves and for our family. Let's start looking into other options of income. Start looking into the stock market and learning what compound interest is. Let's just make some adjustments. Let's just make a couple of adjustments and walk a different path. And look, let me tell you something. Don't worry about the opinions of others, because if they haven't walked in your shoes, they can't tell you how to tie them. So let that marinate for a minute, and let's just start walking to a different beat, our own drum. Let's start thinking. Let's start watching our words, watching our presence. Not everybody deserves your presence. Stop giving so much access to yourself to everybody. You're giving too much access of you away. Everybody shouldn't have your phone number. That's too much access. If why you think is the more expensive it is, the less of them they make, and the harder it is to find them. If you consider yourself expensive, why are you so easy to find? Why everybody know where you live? That's the first thing you did before you put furniture in the house. You posted your address and posted the house itself. Why? Stop giving so much access to yourself. And then you wonder why everybody in your business. You're putting your business out there for everybody to be in. Let's be protective of our peace. Let's be protective of our presence. Let's learn how to be protective of our love. We're protective of our energy and our peace. Men, we have to stand up and start taking care of one another. Reach out. Reach out to that brother. You guys came up together. You went through a whole lot of BS together. Now you can't check on each other? Come on, man. We're talking about forgiveness. We're talking about true forgiveness. Have you really tapped into true forgiveness? You know, you hear it all the time. I forgive, but I never forget. Me, I'm trying to be so tapped in, and I'm trying to let God take me so far away from my past that I want to forgive. I want to forgive so hard that I don't even remember. I don't even remember what it was we was arguing about. That's how much of a forgiving heart I'm trying my best to develop right now. But just understand, you're walking in a gift that was given to you. You did nothing to deserve it, but God gave it to you anyway, and that's grace. Walk in that superpower. Watch your words. Watch your thoughts. Watch your presence. Protect your peace. Love. Look, I'm in this new thing right now. I got this new thing. I know I'm gonna keep rolling. I'm on fire right now. But I got this new thing where I say, I'm living in my ing, my ing, loving, growing, evolving, becoming. And I'm doing all these things so I can get to the other part of the ing, the multiplying, the expanding, enjoying. Those are life words. Those are life words. And I want the same thing for you. I am who I say I am. Say it with confidence. Say it with confidence. I am who I say I am. Not with authority. You got the power to do it. You can make the changes. You can do it. You can do it. Don't give up. Don't give in. Take care of one another.